a close call yesterday at Pope Francis's funeral when Donald Trump and Joe Biden nearly ran into each other. Thankfully, President Trump was separated from Joe Biden by about a mile because Donald Trump was in the front row and Joe Biden was in like row 20 behind random obscure Iranian foreign cultural ministers. What a total humiliation. But also because Donald Trump didn't want Joe Biden to try and make a dementia-laden mess of things. Joe Biden nearly fell directly on his ass at the funeral. You can see here that Joe Biden, with bandage in hand, Joe Biden's hand completely and totally bandaged there, nobody knows why, he could barely stand upright. Now we have the footage of this moment. Joe Biden slipping and nearly falling on the Vatican steps. Here we go. Watch this. Here's Joe Biden. He's just simply walking down a stair. And you can see Joe Biden is like jolting and jolting. Joe Biden barely making it, needing to hold on to the hands of his wife and an aging church usher here, right? So a leader of the Catholic Church. Joe could barely do the stairs. Goodness gracious, it's really bad. Everybody was pointing this out, along with, of course, the massive bandage on Joe's hand, which looks particularly diseased and degenerate. Obviously, Joe Biden looking really bad as well. Both of them just really not representing. Why are they allowed here? Why were they even invited? I don't really know. Very unusual, quite frankly. This is Donald Trump's only the second president to ever attend a Pope's funeral ever in American history. Here's Joe Biden sitting behind the Iranian Minister of Culture and Guidance, Abbas Saleh. How humiliating is that? There you go. Obscure Iranian cultural minister, foreign cultural minister, gets a better seat than Joe Biden. As Joe Biden glares at Donald Trump. Burn, baby. You can see here, they are in the same shots. You see President Trump being, of course, the total and complete center of attention as Joe Biden sits behind in obscurity. So libs are very angry about this. They were upset about it. So they had to concoct some type of new hoax. You can see here quite plainly Donald Trump right in the front row next to all the world leaders and Joe Biden shoved in the back with the interns. So what's going on here exactly? Well, they've decided that what they're going to do to try and distract from Joe Biden collapsing down the stairs again is they're going to make up a new hoax. And this is the hoax. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Propaganda versus reality. Fortune. The Vatican asked Pope Francis funeral attendees to wear all black. Trump wore a blue suit. Wow, look at this photo. This guy's in black. These guys are in black. And Donald Trump's in blue. Except for if you actually zoom out on the photo, you'll see that enormous numbers of people are in blue. Some are wearing white. Some are wearing whatever. This guy's not even wearing a tie. Zelensky wore a tracksuit. So if they actually zoomed out on the photo, you'd see what absolute garbage it is. Of course, the internet is roasting guys like this who are paid propagandists to lie. Dude really wore a blue suit, not even a black or navy blue suit. Totally embarrassing and disrespectful. Ratioed here. Oh no, look at all the blue suits. You can see, I mean, listen, if you just zoom in, you can see people wearing blue. You can see people, well, okay, Zelensky's not even wearing a suit at all. You can see people wearing all manner of dress, quite frankly. But of course, they only have they lock in on Trump because they are humiliated that Joe Biden, who's also wearing at the very least a blue tie. Is Joe Biden in a blue suit here? I don't know. He's wearing a blue tie though. Anyway, back at it. So they are lying again and literally cropping the photographs to lie. So absurd. Oh no, look at all the blue suits. This suit's getting completely roasted. Let's check the community notes here. Yes, blue suits are more common for funeral mornings, but also other colors that can be used are dark gray, charcoal, navy blue suit, as stated by these sites. Multiple other leaders showed up in a blue suit, including Prince William. Prince William was in a blue suit. Dozens of world leaders in blue suits at the Pope funeral. The media focused only on Trump. New hoax just dropped. They're getting lazier with these hoaxes, truly. New hoax dropped. Trump broke all the rules. stood out by wearing a blue suit at the Pope's funeral. Reality, everybody was wearing a blue suit. Vatican asked Pope Francis to wear black. Trump wore blue. Trump's blue suit draws attention. Trump accused Pope Francis of faux pas, breaking dress code. Melania Trump, look at USA Today, The Independent, Fortune. That's such garbage. And then look at the actual photo. Did they do this to Prince William? Prince William's wearing a blue suit. There he is. Pretty prominent world leader, right? He's Prince. He's going to be the King of England one of these days. Here's the King of Jordan. I know that guy. He's wearing a blue suit. No, nothing for them. Media targets Trump for wearing a blue suit to attend the funeral of the Pope Francis, while Prince William and dozens of other world leaders opted to also wear blue suit. Liberal media is not just fake news, it's totally fraudulent. I mean, listen, this crosses into propaganda. Look at how they crop the photo. Look how they crop the photo in order to get their narrative across. Trying to find the guy in the blue suit. Too many, though, to choose from. Trump was the only one wearing a blue suit. I mean, like, not only that, there were a bunch of people who weren't wearing suits at all, people wearing traditional garb, traditional dress, including Zelensky, who's in a tracksuit, effectively, right? Can't even wear a suit. Couldn't even wear, like, a black suit for this. I'm seeing posts like Trump wore a blue suit and a sea of blue suits. Meanwhile, Zelensky didn't even wear a suit. And he was crying and whinging about that. How dare Trump not wear a blue suit to the Pope? To the Pope's wedding. Well, it's funeral, not wedding, but whatever. Guess what happened when you zoom out? There you go. That's right. One versus, these are Reddit. Guess who didn't follow the Pope's funeral? Last dying request. That was the last request of the Pope. The last dying request of the Pope was, please, I beg you, only wear black to my funeral. Let's be for real right now. You guys are effing hacks. Many of the men wore blue suits. You zoomed in, so only Trump could be seen. This is exactly why we say the media is the enemy of the people. Here's another side-by-side of Prince William in a blue suit. Trump wore a blue suit to the funeral. So did Prince Williams. IQ, Sling Blade, leftist, retards. Look at all these blue suits that you can find in just this one shot. That doesn't even begin to encompass the thousands who were there in the crowd. There you go. This is for all the idiots complaining about President Trump wearing a blue suit to the funeral, Prince Williams, President Erdogan, etc. They're all literally grasping at straws. And this is all you have. If this is all you have, then it is really like incredibly and pathetic and sad. Now, there's one final thing that I'll say here that I think is really important, which is that nobody seems to be bothered by the real creepiest thing that ever happened with a pope, which is Joe Biden. Let me explain. The last time that Joe Biden got a chance, and this is prompted by me actually seeing this photo, because you can see here Javier Milei. This is the leader of Argentina. Pretty famous dude, right? Pretty powerful dude. And Javier Milei is in the most famous video of Joe Biden and Pope Francis. And that would be Joe Biden shoving his diseased skull into Pope Francis's head, and Javier Milei being like, what the hell is going on there? Where was the outrage here? Of course, you're not allowed to touch the Pope in this way. This is like incredibly creepy. Here's the still shot of it. Nobody had any problem here. I mean, the guy's in a wheelchair, right? So he can't like move or do anything. And here's very corpse-looking Joe Biden, like sniffing him. Definitely invading his space, like definitely doing a thing. Like you can see, this guy's not comfortable. What is wrong with Joe Biden? So nothing for this. No outrage for this. This is so much worse. Oh, and Joe Biden's in a blue suit here. Okay, got it. Will libs be mad now? It's so stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this channel is for. We will call out the idiots and we will expose the lies. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.